everybody, and welcome to my channel, or if you are coming back, then thank you. Today we are going to be talking about my garden and what I have learned this year and what type of updates I'm going to be doing for next year. So first things first, I'm going to be talking about the pros and the cons. So my first pro is that I got a lot of produce. I was able to get cucumbers. I had 5 different varieties of tomatoes. I had kale, I had Swiss chard, bush beans, and I had sunflowers. I have thyme growing right now, so I had a bunch of things. Nothing destroyed my plants, and the netting that I used for, the cabbage and the kale and the Swiss chard worked out really well. Because last year the insects had destroyed my plants. And my last pro is that I tried growing new things, and I didn't really know if what was gonna actually be successful or not. So being able to take that step and just try something new was really successful for me. Cons: the pots, the containers that I used had dried out the soil really badly, and so I had come to the conclusion that the plastic probably isn't as well for the plants anyway in the first place, because of the toxins that are in plastic in general. So for next year, we're going to be doing something completely different. I'm not using the Home Depot pots. I'm not using any containers. And if I do use a container, it's going to probably be something small. I didn't have enough protection from the heat and sun, and so because of it, a lot of my plants had essentially dried out. And also the other con is I had watered them too much because of how much they were getting dried out from the sun and the heat. So I know next year we're going to be doing a lot of improvements so that things can be more lively and thriving. So what improvements am I going to be specifically doing next year? We're going to be having raised beds. We're going to be having some type of plant food nutrition, so we can figure out what exactly is in the soil and how much percentage each plant needs. So we're going to also be upgrading the soil quality. We're going to be having another trellis. We're going to also be growing some medicinal flowers and herbs, and not just to look at kind of flowers. And we're also going to be incorporating some type of mulch cover over the soil, or some type of cover crop that can essentially protect the soil from it not drying out so quickly. No plastic pots, so we're going to be doing the raised beds. So we're essentially going to have like what's right here with all the plants, and we have a diagram already drawn out of what we're going to do. So we have ideas. And we're also going to be growing some things out back in on the ground, but also in raised beds. We don't really have that much to deal with out back, so it's going to be something kind of small, and probably something that I don't care too much about. So yeah, this video is very short and simple. I really just wanted to do a really quick garden update on what I had realized that happened this year that I didn't like, and then what I'm going to do next year. And so the biggest pro, if I had to recap, was that I got a lot of produce, and I was able to also grow cucumbers for the first time. and I made pickles for the first time ever. So that was just a great experience. And the biggest con is, in my opinion, the pots, the containers, because the containers not only are just already known to dry out soil quicker versus a raised bed or directly into the ground, but I honestly believe that the plastic was sending out some sort of chemicals into the soil. I think there may have been some sort of heat that was exposing onto the plastic that then was being absorbed into the soil as well, and I honestly believe that it was affecting my plants. I want to say that it was more of a bothersome with me with the Home Depot pots versus the big pots that we've already had from last year. The Home Depot pots have a really thick plastic, so in my opinion, I just think that that's something that I'm not gonna probably ever do again. So that's something that I'm gonna be moving on. I want to be way more informed for next year, and I know that we're gonna also be really organized about what we grow, where we grow it, and just knowing everything beneficial with the plant itself as well. And also, I'm wanting to learn how to can, and I'm really, really hoping that I do that next year. So, yes, there will definitely be more videos on gardening, and if you've made it this far, then I'd also like to mention that I'm going to be having an indoor garden that is in the midst of being built right now. We basically have everything done, it's just we need more soil. And so I don't really want to show anything yet until we have everything complete in that way, and then I'll show a little video on that probably. And yeah, so if you are into gardening or any type of food growing, preserving, then please subscribe, because I hope to continue that and keep on learning every single year that I continue to grow and garden. So thank you again for watching all the way until this point. Like how I said, I wanted this to be more of a basic video, so thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.